All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to war number 9 of season 25. So, in this war, we are taking on SSX Savage Squad. Savage Squad is a cool alliance. I know a lot of the people there. My first ever kind of competitive war alliance leader was Daddy Longlegs, who's in Savage Squad. I know a bunch of other people there as well. But we really need to win this one. We are currently in Plat 1. So I am on path 9, and then path 3, of course, the famous Yusafa scrub path. And then I got a couple minis and also the node 22-23 combination. So this fight, you don't want to hit him with the incinerate. This is the hazard shift, but one incinerate's not too bad, although it's actually doing a decent amount of damage. So I was just hoping it wouldn't trigger, but unfortunately it triggered, and there, got the poison. Couldn't get a parry to get the spores on him. Still haven't locked in my spores, which is not good, because they're almost all gone. So only 10 spores, but 10 spores is better than no spores. So got the incinerate again, so just kind of doing one hit. So you don't take too much damage with one incinerate. There I kind of took a chance. There, I threw the heavy right before the incinerate went away, and unfortunately it triggered. So, it's a pretty easy fight. But if you get a little unlucky with the incinerates triggering, you'll take some damage if you can't just completely avoid the incinerates. So this next fight, this is a Professor X. Now, before I show you this fight, we're gonna have a little story time. So those of you that watch Enzo, Enzo Eigen, he is in for Loki. Uh, you know, sometimes I consider him a friend. Today, not being one of those times, for example. In his last war video, he went at me pretty hard, saying that basically I suck. And so, coming from him, you have to kind of keep in mind that Enzo is somebody who most seasons has 0 deaths, 1 death, right? This is, he is kind of the best of the best. So for him to even get hit in a fight at all is shocking. It pretty much never happens. So this fight is going to show you kind of exactly what he was talking about when he was saying how kind of awful I've been this season. So this is J. Will's Professor X. J. Will is usually a very nice guy. He was not very kind to me in this fight, unfortunately. So this is going to be a shit show. So just get ready for that. No flame on because I needed it for Mojo. In retrospect, maybe I would have used it here instead. That Mojo ended up being pretty easy. So here you want to hit with the incinerates because you're not going to be able to hit with the poisons. So the incinerates are doing very, very little damage just because of all the energy resistance. So I hit him once with the poison. Of course, it triggers like it always does. So I'm just pretty much backing up, parrying. He throws a special one. I tried to dex the last hit. I'm not sure. Maybe you can't, but it didn't let me. Of course, I hit him once and get the poison again. So get my SP2 off. So at this point, the fight is going decently well. I get my Novas. I don't know why I backed up. That was really stupid. He does have his 100 charges. When he has his 100 charges, his SP1's unblockable. There, I thought he was dashing in, and I guess I just missed the intercept, unfortunately. But he's got the poison, and there, he throws a special right in my face. Somehow I missed it. So yeah, really bad. This next one I didn't miss, thank goodness. But you can see even with 30 smolders, because of the node, my incinerates are doing pretty much no damage, so kind of annoying without the Nova, without the passives. But I do survive this fight, but again, this is an example of the kind of fight why Enzo was talking some smack. So the next fight, this is a Mojo, only a rank 2. He's unawakened, although pretty sure his awakened ability does nothing. So I do use the pre-fight, heal him up just in case. I wasn't particularly worried about this fight. I did take off dexterity. You can see I have 1 mastery point. You should almost always take off dex for this node, I think. I'm not sure if there's scenarios where you wouldn't want to, but yeah, I did take off dex. Torch is not going to trigger protection because I didn't. Obviously, I'm not running suicides with Torch because I had a couple Torch fights, the Professor X and then this one. So block the SP1. That's going to build a ton of smolders. I can't get out of the way of the last hit because I don't have dex, and I don't want any buffs. I'm pretty sure all of his abilities do nothing if you don't gain buffs. So, yeah, wasn't too concerned. I did parry there, which gave him power, but this was my last Torch fight, so I didn't really care what health he had as long as he just survived. So this SP2 is going to bring him down, and then he's got 8 Nova Flames, and he drops. So really simple fight. Even if that was a rank 3, it wouldn't have been any different, I don't think. So then I put Dex back on, and we got this Korg on 23. So if you've been watching my videos, the Korg journey continues. And then this fight, actually, this is also only a rank 2 Korg, but it doesn't seem to make too big a difference what rank he is, I've noticed. Even a 5-star or a 6-3, if the fight goes okay, it goes okay. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So there, medium light, back up. Medium light, back up. And then get the heavy, lock in the spores. The start of this fight was really good. I was really happy with how everything was going. Medium light, back up. He threw the special, no big deal. I still got 20 spores. So I'm able to lock in all 20 spores, so that's great. When I get my SP2, I'll get the death field, and that'll put me, it'll give me a shot to get up back close to 30 spores. You don't want to ever block hit him because that makes a special unblockable. So yeah, here everything is great. It didn't let me dex that 3rd hit for some reason. And there I mess up, I dex, which is going to make his SP1 unblockable. I suck at evading his SP1. Most of the time I can't. So I go into kind of a turtle and reparry game. And there I mess up again. And he throws the SP1, and I fully dex it. Lizer said that was pure luck. He's probably right, but I was able to dex it. So other than those few errors in the middle, the fight went pretty fine. I wouldn't have died even if I got hit by 2 of the SP1 bullets. So far, so good. This next fight, this is Path 3, Iron Man Infinity War. I did use Omega for this fight. I had the choice, but I already had my Omega build, number 1 and number 2. I just would rather use Omega. He's just much stronger, I think, than Torch for this matchup. Even with class disadvantage, it doesn't matter. So the plan, obviously, just get a bunch of spores on him. Make sure you don't get auto-blocked. You can see I'm doing some short combos and blocking. That's mainly because of the next fight, and because that's kind of where my brain was. So yeah, just turtle up, reparry, get in lock the spores in. Don't need to hit him too much. He throws the SP1. I wasn't even going to try to get out of the way. Just no point. I knew I was going to have to use, a potion after this fight anyway. So wasn't too worried about it. He's almost dead, 23 spores. And yeah, this is going to kill him. It's a really simple fight. It is a couple of free Corvus charges, but I don't think there were even any mini bosses that you could use Corvus against, so no real fear of that. So this fight is the one I was the most afraid of. This is a rank 3 Killmonger. This is Clown Fiesta. This is the alt account of Clowniest Clown. Now you would think an alt account would have Sig 20. No. This jerk went Sig 200 with his freaking Killmonger. So I was pretty annoyed about that. Sent him an angry PM. He did not seem to feel bad about it. I don't know why, but he didn't. So I talked to Liza a bunch about this fight. She showed me a few videos. I was debating about taking off Dex and parry. I think that would help, but she convinced me not to. I think mostly because she wanted to see me parry, get smashed, so then she could laugh and say, "Yeah, you should have taken off parry." But this fight's actually gonna go really well. I was surprised. I locked in the spores there. I shouldn't have. I should have waited because I only had 8. But the whole fight is 4 hits, turtle up, try to push him back if possible. So I got 25 spores, 28 spores, so that was really good. There I lock in 25, so I was thrilled with that. He throws the special. I get away from it, do the 4 hits, turtle up, wait for him to dash in. He ends in a medium, so I do 4 hits again. Throws a heavy, counter the heavy. So here everything's going great. He again goes medium, and there he had the reverb, and I take a bunch of damage with those light hits. Not a huge deal, just lost a bunch of unnecessary health. So, wasted a potion, but no big deal. There I tried to get some healing with that special one, but it didn't work. He was already dead. So got through that fight. That was the one I was the most nervous for. But it went super, super well. I was really happy with that. And then this last fight, this is a man thing, rank 2. This is Fern. Actually, Fern, I played with him years back. He's a good guy as well. And this fight I was not worried about at all. I knew he wasn't going to do anything. I did have that SP3 like reduction or whatever on just in case he got to 3 bars, but I thought that was pretty unlikely. I have the pre-fight, and against Man Thing, it doesn't push you back as far, which is good. So lock in 16 spores. So the fight's pretty much under control. I plan to never dex. I did have dex on, obviously, for this fight. But the plan was to never dex, just in case he, has a bunch of MD. I did have 3 of those. What are they called? Postules, but no big deal. Not sure if he even has MD. But he's almost dead anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, he does have MD. Okay, there he's gaining power. And go for the stylish finish with the heavy into the SP2. So pretty happy with this war, except for obviously that Human Torch versus Professor X fight. That was an atrocity. But other than that, yeah, everything went pretty well. The Killmonger fight that I was super nervous about went pretty well. We are currently down by 1, but we've done a few more fights than Savage Squad. So hopefully we win this one. We desperately need to win. Like I said, we're currently in Plat 1, which is not at all where we want to be. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.